Hey everybody, Big John here. We are back in the saddle for Day 9 Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Build-A-Best free to play. You might be asking yourself, hey John, what happened to Day 8? Well, Day 8 I decided not to record because it was much a repeat of Day 4 when we quested through our 40s. Yesterday we were just questing through our 70s. It was very much a rinse and repeat, you hit level 71, upgrade all light side, 3 light side characters to 71, boom, pushes you to the next level. Do 12 light side battles, boom, upgrade 3 dark side characters to level 73, boom, push the next one, 12 dark side battles, boom, 120 clones, boom, boom, boom. And all the way up to level 79, so where we stopped. Right now, we're going to be participating in our first territory war today, which I'm excited about. We're in the setup phase, so we'll be setting teams on defense to earn our banners, and we'll take a look at the rewards for that. Territory battles will be starting in a few days. We'll be participating in our first Hoth Rebel Assault, and so we'll have a chance to get some of those Rolo shards, the reason that we joined that kind of guild. And then once we complete some of those, we'll have some guild event tokens to spend. And right now we're working towards a refresh or 1200 Cantina energy to 885 after the last 200 days. And so tomorrow we'll be able to wrap that up for the 12,000 experience points to push us up to level, at least level 80, maybe close to 81 we'll get to tomorrow. And we'll see what other journey quests pop up. I believe we'll have journey quests for the geared challenges at level 81, I think, for some experience points. But we'll see when we can get there. But today's video, instead of doing dailies and that sort of thing, I really just want to focus on our first guild raid today and our first territory war today. With that being said, make sure everybody you take advantage of your freebies you got from some more Capital Games mistakes here. All this Datacron materials and Datacron itself to use once we hit level 85 for Grand Arena on our squads. And then we also got some cache here, data caches. Claim that, and so we're set up to work on our Datacrons when we hit level 85. Oh, did they unlock it for us? Hey, they unlocked it for us. I thought it was stuck until level 85, but here we go. This set's active until March 15th of next year, where you go to dismantle it, improve entire squad bonuses. Oh, I didn't know it was going to lock. I wasn't expecting it looking at Datacrons today, but here we go. It's not activating. Upgrading to higher levels, specific resource unlock the first level. All right, let's do it. Okay, so what this is showing is the level that your character needs to be at to use it. So we only need level 10 characters, level 12, and then relic characters here, showing the levels that you need. And considering that we already have like a relic Phoenix squad, we might have something that we'd be able to put onto our Phoenix squad to make them better in our first Grand Arena. Let's go ahead and unlock it. Let's take a look at this Datacron. All right, potency for the whole team. That's nice, nice, nice. See, it shows you right here. The entire squad must be at least gear 10. Yeah, bonus stats. Yeah, those are the possible outcomes they're talking about here. All the different. You can look at the different dark side, light side. This is a faction one. Level 6, right? Tank mechanics, those sorts of things. Let's go ahead and unlock it. Let's see if we can unlock it to level 3 to see what we're dealing with. Okay, a little bit of protection. And all right, we have just the resources to unlock to level 3. I want to see if we get a light side or dark. I'm hoping for light side for something to use on our Phoenix squad. Let's see what happens. Light side, bonus, health. Light side allies start the battle with plus 25% turn meter. That's actually really good. Our Phoenix squad relies on speed it is anyways, and getting out first and adding 25% turn meter. Almost guarantee we go first in the battle. That is quite the bonus mechanic. I'm really, really happy about that. And they're just talking about how it's at level 6. It's for different, this one's for the different tank, attacker, healer supports here. So when we go to use our squad, we throw this Datacron on it, our Phoenix squad will get plus 25% turn meter, which almost guarantees they go first. A little bit extra protection and then extra potency for hitting those debuffs. Not a bad start for our first Datacron. That works out actually pretty well for us. Like I said, the focus of today's video is guilds, guild raids, and territory wars. I'm going to go ahead, let's start with raids today. All right, so my guild is doing the speeder bike raid. Each raid, the older legacy raids, I don't believe have specific character requirements, just like power level requirements, whereas you need specific characters for the other raids to do the different battles here. And for this, you just go into the raid that you're participating in, hit the unit requirements, and it'll show you all the characters that are available for you to do the raid with the check mark here next to it. So, There is some strategy to the raids if you have the character pool to do it. Like for example, what we're going to do today, I'm going to show you is if you have an Imperial Trooper and an evasive character like Captain Rex, Nisa, doesn't matter. If you just use two certain abilities, you can get a really, really high score. Like 50%, like if I was doing some tests earlier today before jumping online just to kind of refresh myself. I hadn't done the speeder bike raid in a while. And I was trying, single composition versus, two, letting auto battling it to see how many points they scored and then doing it manually myself, where I was able to score over 200,000 with Piet and I think it was Rex or Nisa, just using the technique of using the three different abilities where you're just using the maneuvers, repairs, and blaster cannons back and forth between the two characters. And I'll kind of show you that as well. So you just go in here. You can try different modifiers, difficulty levels. That makes it harder or easier. I was just testing around with 1.5. Didn't go well. We're just going with a 1 times multiplier. And we're going to go ahead and show you that. Should work here with a combo. You want a Imperial Trooper and a evasive character. 2 should be enough. We're going to go ahead and probably do 3 runs in pairs instead of doing singles because I think we can score more points that way. Now hopefully I can score 200,000 points like I did before. So what you do is you just use, you don't ever use the middle ability. You use the last special, and then single, one more single finish, and then we need, don't use your AoE, save it for the next round is what I do, is what's been working well for me. You just do single fires to finish. So you start, when there's 2 of them, third ability, and then just singles the rest of the way to finish them off there. And I was able to get a score of over 200,000 just doing this. So let's see what happens this time. See if we have as good of RNG or if things go the other way here. Right, and then it might have been a mistake to go after this trooper first, but since there's 2 of them, we're going to do another AoE. Now we're going to go back to our single fire for the rest of the battle. So we're ready for the next round. 100,000 anyways. Alright, so we do the last ability, single fires. Alright, well, there's still 2 left, so we're gonna do AoE again. As long as there's 2 of them, we do the AoE, but when we're down to 1, we're gonna go back to single fire. Because we, like I said, want to be ready for that next round. 42,000. This is more than I scored on auto. I know that for sure, more than I could score on the auto. Just over. And then we go single fire a couple times. Same thing, but now that we're down to 1 enemy, we're just going single fire, resetting the cooldowns. Just reset for the next round. Like I said, it's just kind of doing the same thing over and over again, but this way you can get a bit of a higher score, get more out of your characters. And oh, there we go. Can we get this? All right, 191,000. So we're probably going to die right here. We might get a little more damage in, just like we did before. Let's see here. All right, 201,000. Finish him off. We have no stall here. Hopefully we can take care of this troop. Oh, no, we got us first. So 201,000. So I ended up being a couple thousand less this time. I'm going to go ahead and submit it and take it. I'm not worried about 6,000 points. That's about as high as I'm going to get. If I do kill that trooper and get a couple thousand more, I'm dead immediately on the next level. So we're going to go ahead and submit that. We're going to take our 200,000 we get. That's our 50% more than we would have got out of just doing it on its own. And unfortunately, we just don't have the crew to do that combination. We don't have the Imperial Troopers. So we're just going to go ahead and pair up. Let's go our strongest and our weakest, one with a lead ability, and then we'll put our 2 rebels together here as well. So for our 3rd battle, and see what kind of points we can get out of this this time. I'm going to go ahead and just do it manually. In the past I've auto, but seeing that I can score a bit higher, we're going to go ahead and try it out. Let's start with there's the hasty repairs. There we go. We don't want to use the Forest Friends. I don't believe we want to use either of those abilities. Yeah, we're not doing Evasive maneuvering is one of the techniques we want to use, so we'll try it out. So Nice is basically going to be the attacker while Akbar's going to spend his time adding and removing stacks. So, two things. Oops, I was supposed to not do the AoE. That was my bad. I was reading instead of paying attention. Forest Friends. You know, since we're not actually doing the combo between the characters, we're just going to try using the other special this time. Let's see what happens here. See how many points we score, because our Akbar is really low level, so he's, only going to survive so long. You know what, let's keep going on our repairs and our maneuverings to keep replacing those stacks. We'll save in this as AoE. Just trying something. Let's go for the weaker opponent, see if we can get through them before everyone gets killed. No, there goes up. No attack on that one. I don't like that. AoE. We're going down. Come on, let's get homeboy out here. Come on, finish him. Couldn't get the finish here. 72,500. Let's go ahead and discard and retry that one. And we're going to go back to not using Nissa's middle ability. So we're just going to go with AoE, repairs, basic, AoE. There we go. We'll take that. Just doing single, maneuvers, AoE, single attack, single attack. Just going single attacks. Nissa, unless we're doing the AoE on 2 people, and then we're doing this, we're spamming the specials as much as possible on Akbar. Let's see if we can score better than 72,000 this time. We shall see. Our AoE. No, Akbar's down again like before. We end up with 70. I think we're going to end up about the same spot we did before, yeah. A few less this time, 65,000 instead of 72,000. Discard, retry. We're going to see what we can do if we just use our most powerful 2 characters. See what kind of combination we can come up with here. See what kind of score differences. Just trying some different techniques, different combinations to show you here. Without, like I said, without having the Imperial Trooper evasive character combo, there's really kind of more a little bit of this guessing test. Okay, so we're not going to be using the Forest Friends ability at all. So we're going to be going between the evasive maneuvering, Nissa's AoE, and the basic. So let's go ahead. Yeah, no Forest Friends from either character. Let's see what we got. I'm just going to keep building our stacks. We won't AoE with a single opponent, though. We're definitely going to continue to build our stacks when we can. We're not going to wait. The only thing we're saving is the AoE when there's only one opponent. That's the technique we're trying this time. So whenever we can, it's the maneuvers. And if there's 2 opponents, the AoE. If not, it's the single shot. Let's see, we're going to go to the weaker, see how there's less stacks here. We'll go to the weaker character. Yep, we got our maneuvers open. We're going to do that. AoE, single shot. We're still hanging in there right now. A couple of single shots. Hang in there, hang in. With the AoE cooking. Maneuvers. Single shot. Oh, come on, get the finish here. Come on, get the finish this time. Almost. We're almost there. Come on, get him this time. Get him. Get him. There we go. So we're doing better this time, obviously. A little bit stronger characters. No AoE this time. Yeah, definitely maneuvers up. We're just going basics until we, unless we have another maneuver show up. Yeah, we're maneuvering. There we go, 112. Some combos working much better this time. The AoE. Yeah, this is working decently, right? Working decently. It seems like it's scoring way better. Like I said, I know they're a little bit strong characters, but this seems much, much, much better. Maybe I'm wrong, but it does seem that way. All right, we're cooking with gas now. Come on, let's keep going. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see if we can get through this level. Ooh, we're in trouble now. So we're going between our basic and our maneuvers here. Hopefully Hera can get the job done. I'm not sure. We are up to 140. We're doing pretty well. Ooh, we're losing. We're losing the fight now, though. Come on, just get through this guy before you die. Come on, finish. You can do it, Hera. Come on, Hera. You can do it. Hold strong. There we go. Great job. 175,000. That's some score. You're gonna get one. Sweet. Love it. We'll take that. We're submitting that one. Very, very nice for our second squad. Not far behind our first squad. Hey, we got a chance to get in the top 10 here, contributors. I know it's early on in the raid, but we're just going to go with our last two characters, Akbar and Drogon. If we can get 100,000 out of these guys, I'd be pretty happy, I think. We'll see what happens here, though. All right, so, again, no get alongside that one. We are not using that one. So it's evasive maneuvers, and then Akbar has both. We'll go with hasty repairs, and then we're not doing that. We're going to be attacking. All right, no AoE on any of these characters, so I don't know what that's going to look like long run, but we shall see. We're just going to keep spamming those specials, see how it goes. If doesn't go well, I guess, we'll adjust, but you have to remember these are lower level characters. He's Relic 0 and he's still gear whatever, so we're just going to keep sticking with the plan, with what my notes say, what I learned doing this event in the past, and see what kind of score we can put up with these guys. If we can get to, I think 100,000 would be a pretty good score. Double maneuver. I know it's not killing the opponent, but it's keeping us fresh and clean, I'll tell you that. We're not. We're staying full. We're staying filled up, so that's good. So we're just going to keep spam-a-lama ding-dongs. Let's do this. I'm looking at the abilities as well, because sometimes if I stare at the screen, I get a little motion sickness. I'm sorry if I didn't give the motion sickness warning there to anybody. If you played the event before, you know whether or not it affects you probably already. But I'm looking down here to focus on what I'm doing and not get thrown off by the motion of what's happening. Let's see here. Basic. Finish them off. Hey, we're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. Feeling pretty good about this right now. I mean, the score that we're putting up, I feel really good about this score. Oops, I forgot. Oh, missed a special. My bad. Well, hey, we got to almost 100,000. I feel like that's a great score, and if we can get through this level, that's even better, obviously. We shall see. Sticking with the plan. I did miss one special along the way, but basically sticking with the plan. No, we're not getting many attacks, but it's building their stacks and keeping them strong. Ooh, it looks like he's about to bite the bullet, though. So, say that. Come on, can we get rid of one homeboy? Come on, just We're sticking with the plan. Maybe I should have went for the attack, but we're sticking with the plan. All right, got him down. Hey, 136,000. I'm really happy with this score. Really happy with this score. Hey, there's a long shot. We might take this dude out. Could happen. And we're going to stick with our plan. Stick with the plan. Come on, plan work. We're catching up to him. Our stacks are getting closer and closer as we go. Come on. We're hanging in there. Oh yeah, we got the advantage now. We've actually gotten to the point where we got the advantage. Holding in there. Beautiful. 176,000 out of our third group. This is awesome. That was only Barna. Relic 0 drove. Oops, I forgot to switch over. Hey, 178k. That is a beautiful score as far as I'm concerned. Way more than I was expecting. We're great. See? Stuck with the plan. You know, only had 6 characters to use, you know. Ended up getting over 500,000 for the guild. 554,000 to go towards our rewards. Let's talk a little bit about the rewards while we're here. So it looks like right now we're only this far, but my guild in general scores this crate on this. I can't see us jumping that much in a short period of time. So the rewards that we're looking forward to getting are 17,000 Mark 1 guild and 9,700 Mark 2. Remember, this is our Rolo currency. So I did a little math, and with this amount of currency, just doing the raid, which we can do every 9 days because my guild earns enough to do it every 9 days. And we can get 35 shards with some spare and then 40 the next time. So every 2 raids, 75 shards towards Leia if you're just strictly spending it on Rolo. And so that would take about 9 raids or 81 days, 2.5 months to get Rolo with just that currency. And considering that we're in a guild where we're going to earn extra shards through the territory battle, and then we have another currency that we can push for Rolo shards, we should have no trouble getting our Rolo unlocked in time for our Leia Organa Galactic Legend journey. We should be A-OK and right on time with that. And possibly even, you know, a little more ahead of schedule than I was thinking to start working on our Wampa and possibly Hermit Yoda for the Jedi Knight Luke event that'll be coming up for Jabba after Leia the Executor. So that is the speeder bike raid in a nutshell. You can use that little combo, or if you can't stand to look at it, you can always just auto it and get what you can. But I at least wanted to show you with what the characters I had available early on, what kind of little tips and tricks you could use to score a little bit higher in the event. Let's go check out our first territory war. As I was saying before, guild events, we are signed up right here for the Rebel Assault territory battle. Just really quick, we can't go into that right now because it starts in 2 days. But if you go to the details right here, see, exclusive rewards earned in special mission, Rebel Officer Leia Organa shard, see right there, and then it gives you your rewards. My guild was scoring, I think, around 40. That's one of the reasons I joined them. So you get some nice, juicy rewards here. Some Mark 1s, Mark 2 guild event tokens. Awesome right here. Leia shards with this currency right here. That's the other currency we can buy Leia shards with. And that'll get you decent amount right there, 15, 20 of them, I believe. So we have that, but let's jump into our territory war. So you need to have 25 members active for it to actually, you know, start. Up here we have the different details here of what you score for banners. The rewards for first place, this is on second place right now, but if you're in first place right here, and then here it says your guild has to score 600 banners, which is easy, and then you have to do 50 banners to receive them. And to receive banners, you get 30 banners for each defensive squad you set, and then you can earn banners for clearing things on offense as well. But us being a newer account, we're really not going to have much that's going to be able to clear our opponent's territory, so we're more concerned on placing defensive squads in the appropriate zones to help our team. So here's what it looks like, the board. And so once the setup phase is done in 20 hours, the opponent's board will be revealed, and you'll show all the squads they set defense only in the front to start. You have to, you know, knock it out to reveal the next one. But our board looks like this. You can go in, and sometimes there's nothing, but usually there's instructions from your guild officers of what kind of squad is set into the zone. So this one is pretty general, but, you know, gear level 13, same thing as Relic. So Relic teams only. This one, Geonosian teams only. There's a great Territory War Omicron for Geo teams that makes them super tough, super difficult. Let's see here. So they want gear level 12 plus here. Same thing here, gear 12 plus. No notes on the ships. And then they want level 80. So they're trying to make it easier for newer players. But level 85 here. And then we have no requirements in the back wall. So it's for newer players to just set weak squads. But let's take a look at, for example, once you click in here, command units defend here. When they do, they can't be used elsewhere. Choose wisely. Units do not refresh. Right? If you set them on defense, you can't use them for offense. And don't losing a territory will give huge banners to your opponents, right? That's why you want to set strong areas that are very cohesive to make them hard to get through. So, for example, here's that territory war Omicron from Poggle, and this person also has a Datacron as well to make their team even more difficult to deal with. So that's an example of one of the Geo teams. And then here should be relics. Here we go. Someone looks like they put down a Galactic Republic squad here with Padme in the lead, and then we have a Separatist droid squad here. Grievous lead, but also another nice territory war Omicron on the droidica, which makes it more difficult. And of course, a Datacron is going to help with that as well. So we could lay one of our squads in the front here because technically they are Gear 13 team. So to lay a squad, to set a defensive squad, it says remember to save units for attack phase. We don't have that many units, but I'll show you. So here's our options. Your character has to be over 6,000 power to qualify. So let's see how many characters we have. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh, so we can't quite do 3 squads. We only have 2 squads, and then we can set fleet defense as well. So obviously we want one of the squads to be the Phoenix squad that works together. And then we can I signed up for the event. Once you sign up, you're locked in. So that Datacron I just acquired, I can't use on this event because I was already locked in, which, you know, is unfortunate. But so that's what this would look like. But I'm worried with the Relic Delta difference and it just being a Phoenix squad that's not very strong for the front wall. And it doesn't feel nearly as good as this, although they do have a Relic 1 and some Relic 3s. You know what? Let's just follow the rules. We'll do it. It may not be the best squad ever, but I don't have great squads to set. So we're going to just lay the Phoenix squad here. Wish I had the Datacron, but we don't. So there we go. We just earned ourselves 30 banners and 30 for the team. See, I'm number 5 in setup just because not that many people have done setups yet. Total banners. Remember, you need 50 to earn rewards. So you have to at least set at least 2 defensive squad to earn. And so then our next squad, I believe we have all Relic characters, but they're just not very good. Gear 12 plus. This one looks like a mix. Let's go ahead and just set kind of a mixed squad here, I suppose. Yeah, we can get at least half stats out of some of these people. So let's go with, of course, Ahsoka to pair together. And let's just go with our most powerful. Do it that way. Yeah, we're going to try that. I don't think it matters too much. Drogon versus Piet for the final. For the final slot, this is really just a mixed squad trying to get some folks in there. So let's go we're just going to go with the power. And then we're going to go ahead and set that because we won't be able to defeat anybody with that, I don't believe. As you can see, this is just mixed Gear 12 armor. So we'll set a mixed squad in behind here. It's at least, all relics at least. And so we've done what we need to do to set our banners, but we're also going to set a fleet just to help out there as well. We're going to have a weaker fleet. Obviously, we're newer, so we're going to want to set it in the back zone. So I cannot change his capital ship because none of my other capital ships are strong enough. They're not above the 6,000 power. And he barely made it. I was not paying close enough attention when I locked. But thankfully, I can set a fleet as well. And so we're just going to go ahead and set a mixed fleet that we use. There we go. Just going to set this down here in the back here. Help out. Get some more banners for the guild. And there we go. And so tomorrow, like I said, in 20 hours, it'll open up theirs, and then you can start doing attacks. We don't have the squads to do the attacks or to help with the attacks, but I just at least want to show you what you can do as a beginning player, how, follow the instructions of what's on the map, set by your guild officers, and go from there. So yeah, folks, that's it. That is our guild events for the day. That is our first raid, which in 2 days and 12 hours we'll get those juicy rewards that we can start spending towards. Let's take a real quick look at the rewards here. So the Mark II, the reason we want to attack Rollo as quick as we can and get it done is because all this Gear 12 is this Mark II currency that we need to help to get through Gear 12, and we don't want to be stuck on these 3 characters forever, even though they're priorities. So, Jedi token on Hermit Yoda, just because of the currency. He's easy to gear, but this currency is difficult, so that might be a target for our Jedi token that we get here on the 30th of this month. Because our other target would be Kyle Katarn that we don't need for like almost a year for the Star Killer journey. So leaning towards this, so then it'll reduce it to Wampa and Rebel Officer Leia Organa and keep us on track for all our farms. That's the idea anyways. And then other things show up. It's not showing it right now, but the different relic materials that you need, like bronze and wiring, electrum conductors, all those, they show up here at the different currency costs. So you need to purchase those to keep our relic leveling going. And so that's why we want to get through Rollo as quick as we can, because we have a lot of demands of this currency. And then as far as the Mark 1s go, tons of gear to get up to gear 11 and 12. To help you push through all that. And then, of course, we'll be getting Traya, Han Solo. We'll be farming out of here. Gamorrean Guard, Poplu's a possibility. Scavenger Ray when we need to do that later on. Ewok Elder if that's the way we go with the Ewoks. And these are all just great value for only 200 apiece on these Mark 1 currencies. And then, again, our guild event tokens. Same thing. Once we get those, we can start spending. We start buying Rollo shards, and then maybe a little bit on gear, once we're getting Rollo done, and that's what we can kind of do with that currency. Can't wait to start buying shards of Rollo, can't wait to start getting gear, hit level 85, get more relic materials opened up from the shipments. Just everything's going so well. We just need the currencies so we can spend it on those materials and keep pushing our characters forward. So, if you enjoyed the video at all, please give it a like. If you want to see more of the videos, please give it a subscribe. I appreciate that. I would appreciate it. And as always, everybody, until the next time, keep doing those big dog things.